Hey guys, it's Crypto Spook,
And this is Moriarty.
and today we are bringing you a game called Arkin, which was not always called Arkin.
This used to be called Project Orion, but after the infamous Orion project, they changed the name to Arkin. I think that was a really smart decision, personally.
It was, and it actually personally confused the ever-loving crap out of me. We had a 5-minute conversation about this, and I was like, wait, so didn't we already review this? And you were like, no, it's a different game.
This is a space game.
It's a dogfighting game. I mean, yes, it's space, but it could have just as easily been on a planet or something like that. But yeah, you're flying around in a spaceship, and I used a joystick for this, which was a rare occurrence for me. I had to go pull it out of a trunk.
I actually played this game with a mouse, and it's much more difficult with a mouse. But this is a really cool game, and it is very much about space combat, which is fantastic, because really that's the best part of everything. I can think of at least one game that I played in the past year that I got super invested in right before they canceled it, and that was the Star Wars browser-based dogfighting game, and I thought that was fantastic. This has a lot of that there too, and as opposed to being only in a browser and lots of microtransactions, this game instead has all sorts of features and customization.
The game itself is very pretty. I think the version of it that we played was not quite ready. We got, an early access version of this?
Oh, I don't even think they've announced what year they're going to be releasing this.
Okay.
This game, it's on Steam technically.
I will say that the combat itself was pretty difficult, also rewarding, and I think that if I took some more time, or if somebody played it that was better at flight-based games, especially a 3-axis type flight game, well, what other kind of flight game is there, I guess, never mind. That's kind of a dumb statement.
Now, the unique thing about this game, and unfortunately you don't get to play a lot of it right now, but I imagine that they're going to start focusing on it a little bit more, is that the ship you're in has a unique ability to focus power in different places, giving you the chance to change your tactics on the fly, so you can make yourself faster, or you can make your guns more powerful, or whatever, but you have to choose all the time. So as opposed to your traditional space fighter game where you just kind of continuously upgrade yourself, in this one you have to continuously decide, are you going to focus on being the fastest, or are you going to focus on being the strongest and having the strongest shields, or are you going to overload your weapons? I like that flexibility because it means that all of a sudden a bunch of guys pop in and you can make yourself tougher, or you can make yourself fly away. It gives you that kind of dynamics that I think these kind of games really are lacking, and I'm happy to see it in this one. It is very pretty. The voice acting that's in the game is passable. It's tough to actually pass any judgment on it because half of the stuff that is in the game so far isn't even voiced yet.
Yep, there's quite a few things where I noticed there were assets of the game missing. Of the stuff they did, I thought they did a particularly good job on some parts of it.
Yeah, it's just very difficult to actually judge it when we're saying, okay, but we're only hearing a third of it at most. So far, I like what they're doing. I think it's very pretty. I like the inclusion of a space elevator as well, because, Elon Musk's future is going to happen, man.
That is the hope, anyway. I had a couple issues where stuff that I picked wouldn't let me launch my ship. The first mission I tried to play, it just continually launched me into a wall instead of shooting me out of the access tunnel. It was like, ready to begin the mission. Commander!
That's brilliant.
I'm like, this is not my fault!
That's really brilliant. I'd be okay with that if that happened 1 out of 50 times or something like that.
I'd be like, well, the Navy's still doing its own maintenance, clearly.
Altogether, man, there's not a lot to say about the game yet because there's just not a lot of game to talk about yet, but it is really pretty. It's fun so far. It's got the core part that you need, and that's really good combat. I think when we're talking about a spaceship combat simulator, if it doesn't have good combat, well, there's really not any reason to go any further. And this game is 100% based around the combat. And they got that. It feels good. It is challenging. It is also rewarding. You have a lot of flexibility.
The controls were easily mappable. There was enough customization in this game. If I was better at flying games, I could have probably customized this to be perfect for my playstyle. I did a little bit of customization and changed all my sensitivities and everything to try and make it as good for me as possible, but I'm just kind of garbage at this whole tracking spaceships thing and overshooting and undershooting, and trying to get people killed with machine gun fire is really difficult. The lock-ons were very satisfying though. There was some challenge involved with shooting missiles at somebody.
It's looking good. We're going to revisit this later on because at this point there's not a whole lot that we can really say. It's coming along nicely, and I think it's definitely something to keep on your radar if you're into these kind of games.
Absolutely.
So there you go, guys. That's Arkin. again, if you like it, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. Be sure to leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. What's your favorite space game? Is it Freelancer? Is it TIE Fighter versus X-Wing? What's the game that really makes you excited for this? Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the Patreon.
And we'll see you on the next one.